Alrighty, so we've got the first controller of the bunch here out, one with a dead right trigger. I'm going to say trigger this time and not thumbstick like I said 1,000 times in the last video because I'm an idiot. But yeah, so pretty much this is the first one we're going to look at out of the bunch of 6. It just has 6 screw holes that you have to take out. It doesn't appear that anything is under the sticker. That's good. Off camera I went ahead and removed the 6 screws because that's not really fascinating. So when I removed them and they're safely in a little magnetic holder, these you can get super cheap at Harbor Freight. I suggest you pick one up if you take anything apart. So we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. I believe now that the screws are out, I should just be able to undo it. I'm probably wrong though. There's probably something still holding this thing together. It's still tight. It's very loose and tight as well. I think it's coming. There we go. Might need a screwdriver to help pry things out. And I'm going to try to open this without everything going everywhere. Hey, there we go. So nothing mechanical on the back shell. Everything is just molded plastic. So we're going to go ahead and put this to the side. Here we have the inside of the controller itself. Here's our rumble motors here, some sort of glob chip, and here's that right trigger. And I'm trying to see what the differences are. So here's the one that works. Let me try to get a good shot. I probably won't be able to. And here's the one that doesn't work. And I'm just going to spend a few minutes looking at the board to see what I notice is different. I think it's something more deeper into the board itself. I should do a little shake test, see if any broken pieces fall out. Nothing's falling out, so that means there's no broken plastic usually. So we might have to, like I said, tear down the board a bit more before we actually see the problem. And I'll go ahead and spend a few minutes doing that. Let's go ahead and move these motors real quick. Oh, nice, and there's no quick disconnect for the motor there, just soldered right in place. That's always fun. No little connection for them. No big deal. What else is holding this board down? Don't see anything. There's a second daughter board in there, which is kind of common on Xbox controllers. But I don't show anything else connecting. Might just be pressure fitted on because there's a connection down there. Let's go ahead and just disconnect this real quick. Oh, they're held down by the they're held down by the thumbstick, the triggers themselves. Just gotta kind of squeeze them back and move them up, and that comes right out. There's the daughter board in there too. And we're gonna head and buttons are in there. We're gonna move this to the side too. And now we're starting to see something else. So here is a spring. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in the camera here a bit. If I not mess up my shot. But see this? Here's the one that works. And you can see we got a spring there. Or a pressure spring. There's a word for that. I just call it a spring. But you can see, hey, how you doing? Someone just went by and honked their horn. Moves back. This one does not do that. And the spring looks different. It might have just moved. And that really might be the entire problem. It's just that little spring is moved. So let's grab something pointy. Here's a flathead screwdriver. And I'm just trying to see if I can move this. Oh, look at that, guys. So, if you look in here, you see that little notch right there? Oh, yeah. This piece here, if you look on this one, I'm sorry, that camera angle was horrible. But watch that top. See the spring here? Watch that when it moves forward. It stops on that little notch. This one was in the wrong place, so it wasn't hitting that notch. So I think if I move this forward, something to do with that notch. Let's take some more closer looks here. Oh, I'm seeing more things. Ah, here we go. So I didn't even see this, and I'm probably blind as a bat. On this one here, see this spring there? I'm hoping this shows up on camera, but this has this, it bends like an L. Stick my finger behind it. You can see it bends like an L. See the L bend right there? These ones, it's completely broken off on. There's no, let me focus here. There's no L piece, whatever you want to call that. So let's see if we can just take this down a bit farther. I'm assuming this is just pressured in there. There's a piece that goes through there. You see that silver piece? I'm going to try to point at it again. There-ish. Right there. I think I'll have to get that out. While we're at it, we'll just look at the top of the board. We're going to pull these thumb caps off real quick. Thumbsticks are a little bit different than I've seen before. Let's see if I find them. D-pad's pretty standard. There's really not much to this board for how it works. But we're going to need to see if we can get these thumbsticks off. And I'm assuming I'm going to have to tap something in there. Did it just let me push it with this screwdriver? Probably not. This is really the only one that's going to come off, isn't it? Yeah. I don't want to put too much force on it and break it. Snap it off, that'd be no bueno. But basically what happens is when you push this down, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to look at the camera. When this stick moves forward, this piece stops right here on that little tab, and those two L pieces are what give the tension for the button. And we just don't have that tension. I'm almost wondering if we could solder, like say take a paper clip and or something. Paper clip really wouldn't solder, but some piece of metal there, and solder it so we don't even have to take it apart. We just basically rebuild those L's. I might think about doing that instead of getting it apart, because that's probably pressure fitted in there, and getting that out is going to be problematic. Getting it back in and then having it, you know, work correctly like it's supposed to, nice and fluently, is probably going to be harder than you think. I'm sure I can find this piece online for next to nothing. You probably buy like 100 of them for like 10 bucks or something, maybe even cheaper, because it's just a little spring. But I'm wondering if just fixing it might be the easier option. Because all that does, I might move the camera here real quick. Let me move the camera, see if I can get a better shot of this. But yeah, we found the problem, and like I said, we got to glance at the board itself. The The board here, not very complicated board. These thumbsticks are kind of standard looking. I've not seen ones exactly like these, but I might be able to find them online. D-pad. Does this D-pad come off easily? Man, that D-pad's on there. Alright, that kind of sucks that the D-pad seems to be like all one piece. Mainly because I wanted to take it off and clean it, but I'll have to clean it like this. But regardless, I think that's our problem. Well, I know that's our problem. So that should be pretty easy to fix. So, right on. Okay, we're back. My idea of soldering something onto this is really not going to work. I got thinking about it. I'm like, it's just going to be flimsy. It's not going to work. We need to replace the whole freaking spring. Not to worry though, because check this out. And this monitor is a piece of crap because I'm working in my shed. But there's a spring we need, and you see the cost. It's 21 cents. Now granted, there's $3 in 16 cents shipping. And this is Wish, or AliExpress, excuse me. And that's going to take forever. Amazon has them. $8 for 2 of them. That's stupid. I'll probably go ahead and order this up. Actually, no, I'll probably order from Wish. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other controller that has also the bad thumbstick, pull that spring out, order them from Wish, and it'll take 8,000 years to get here. But I don't like overpaying for stuff that I can get dirt cheap. Just gotta wait for it. But yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna replace instead of fix there. I think that's the best option. Let me just focus this camera a little bit. No, it's not gonna do it. Oh goodness, I think it just fell. So I think that's the best way to do it, is to just go ahead and replace that whole piece. And then, essentially, like I said, this bar has to come out of there, and that's going to be a pain in the butt. Because I don't want to break it. And I don't want to stab myself either, but that bar should, in theory, push out. If I can get it enough to grab hold of on the other side of the pair of pliers, that would be even better. Sometimes one side will bend better than the other will. Let's try from over here. I think it's just so in there. A lot of times they'll leave you like some space there to fix. They'll leave it out a little bit for you. But these ones, they did not do that, so you can just grab it with pliers. Did that move any? Nope, I'm seeing things. So let's give this a whirl for a little bit, see if I can get this pin out eventually. And I'll videotape and probably put it in like 15 times speed, because I'm sure I'll spend an hour here trying to get this pin out and ruining the screwdriver. You don't want to budge. Alright guys, finally got that off. Jeez Louise, that's a pain in the butt. So I got the trigger off. Basically the easiest way, apparently a lot of people are having trouble with this. It's easier on an official Xbox controller, it looks like, not on these things. But basically your trigger's going to be in there like this, if I can get it on camera correctly, like this, and that bar goes through there, this bar here, pick up the tweezers, that has the spring around it, that bar is in there like this. I found the easiest way to do this was to get a screwdriver that's way too big, like this, and I'm kind of showing you an exploded view. Basically when this piece is in there, you're going to stick the screwdriver in between here and push down, so it'll pry that up, and it makes these bend, but you can then push down and then this will finally pop off. It is a pain in the butt. Now that I know how to do it, it's a lot easier. You do run a risk of snapping these tabs off. There's just no way around it. Like pushing this rod out is just not happening. This rod is not coming out. So I don't want to lose this rod because I need it again. Put that in my Oh, it's not magnetic. Oh, yeah, it is. So anyways, on the next, I wasn't going to do a second video on the same problem, but since I know now how to get that thing out and better, I'll definitely reshoot this whole video for that one and show you how I got that out, because that ain't no joke. It got scraped up some, but it's going to be just fine. So actually, what I think I'm going to do, I'll do this again. Since I already have the springs ordered, I'll go ahead and tear down that other controller with the same problem, and for temporarily I'll use that spring on this side. That way I can show the whole thing again and get that all done. Actually, I have 3 that have. Yeah, it's a pack of 4. Never mind. Just making sure I ordered enough parts. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But for now, I'll go ahead and tear down the other controller for you guys again and take that spring out and see if I can't get a better shot. I'm going to leave it this for tonight. It's getting late, so it's like almost midnight here probably. I just was bored and wanted to tinker in the shed. Try to get some better camera angles for you tomorrow too. So keep watching. It won't be tomorrow in the video. The video just, start again tomorrow. So for now, I'm going to bed, and yeah, I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, it is the next day, and last night before I went to bed, I did order more springs for the thumbsticks. I also went ahead and ordered some replacement. I was just going to get the caps, but I found the whole assembly for the ones that were missing them. I went on AliExpress, used a coupon code. I got like 10 pairs of each for like $5. So those are on the way, but like I said, I think what we could do for the time being is just to get it fixed on camera without having to wait 16 years for it to come in is take the spring off this one and put it in the other controller. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that now. Someone has been in some of these controllers, or at least attempted to. This one's missing a screw, I can tell already. Also, one of the screw heads on these is extremely stripped. I might have to drill it out because it's pretty bad. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take this one apart, and I'll see if I can't get on camera that part I was having trouble showing you yesterday. Today, I have my camera hooked up, and I have a monitor hooked up to its output so I can actually see what's going on instead of it being like behind the camera with all that. Yeah. Today's camera angle should be a bit better. Hopefully, we shall see. But I'm going to go ahead and get this one opened up. And like I said, it's just those screws there. Missing one on this one. But yeah, I'll go ahead and grab the screwdriver and get this bad boy unlocked here, or opened up I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to grab this way too big screwdriver. It seems to do the job. The little one doesn't spread it up enough. But on this one actually we got to take the one that has the good spring off first, because we want to fix that. So you just got to wedge that screwdriver in just enough to get it. You might start with a smaller driver. That's such a bad design if you ask me. And if that little motor falls off, I don't care because it's an easy fix. I like to do this without damaging that spring though. Let me grab one of the smaller ones to start it with. So if you can see, let me try to get that on there. See how I'm like spreading this in there and turning? It's a real pain in the butt. You can see it moving in there. I'm gonna move a little bit there. Let's try to get that big ass screwdriver in there again. So now I've got that. That's a good shot. I've got it wedged in there, and I'm gonna turn. There we go. Came right off. So now you can see how that's out of that little socket there now. So now we should be able to just kind of manipulate and pull that up without breaking everything, hopefully. So now we have enough bite on this side. We might be able to pull it out from that side with pliers, but let's just try to continue. Let me see if it'll let me grab it from this side now. Sorry, this is so hard to see. Also, the kit I bought on AliExpress for these springs came with this bar too. Hey, I got it off, but it flew everywhere. Let's pick all that up. Well, somehow I managed to find it all. I've got the trigger, the spring, and the bar. Found it all. So let's go back to our original board, which is over here. And this trigger is the wrong trigger. We need this trigger. We need a trigger from the old board. So we're going to go ahead and try to put this back on. Let's look at it this way. Oh, did I get it? I almost got it in there now. Let the camera focus. Just need one more side of it in there. It's got to line up just right, or else it won't go through. There's that flathead. Oh, did I get it? I think I got it. Boom, got it in there. Let's zoom back out. So now, look at that. Both triggers working, baby. Nice. Nice. Let's go ahead and push that a little bit more in there. Basically, all I did was just lined it up as best I could and push that bar through. I'm using a screwdriver to help push that bar. Just don't want to push it with your fingers. And that is golden, people. Those triggers feel good. Trigger, because the one was broken. Guess it's really like this. Wonderful. You can see they flip back up all the way. Awesome. So this board is now fixed. What? This board, unfortunately, is now broken. Well, it's not broken. We're just waiting on parts for this one now. So this one definitely needs 2 springs, because like I said, we took the good spring off. Whatever. Cool. So that fixes that board. Let's go ahead and get this thing all cleaned up and put back together and show you that process. Alrighty, I almost forgot. We got to tack these rumble motors back on. My wire stripper is over here. This wire is a bit too small for them, so we'll have to manually do this with some snips. Nail clippers work good for this as well too. That's good. Oops, they cut the wire. Whoopsie. Anyways, yep. Got my soldering iron heated up here, and I don't think we really need to add any flux. I think we just add to these pads, because these pads are probably already fluxed out. Let's see if we can zoom in. Am I zoomed in as far as I can go? I am. Oh, goodness. Haven't got my microscope hooked up to really record high footage, but it'll be alright. So we're just going to add some to the pad. And I guess we can tin these up as well, too. Tin these wires up real quick. Back on here. Come on. There's one little guy. A cramp spot here, sorry. Just gotta be a little extra careful when you're soldering like on something like a controller, because all these plastic pieces and yeah, they can get in the way. But yeah, that's all you gotta do, and I'm just gonna do the same for the other side. Alrighty, I got it all back together. It's pretty easy to put back together. You just do everything in the exact opposite order, and there we have it. Both triggers are working just fine. All the buttons are nice and clean now. It doesn't feel like gross slime anymore. Cleaned up pretty good. It's got some scrapes and scruffs You know, it's already picked up fingerprints real bad. Might give it a nice once over with some sort of plastic polish. But yeah, that is a controller down. That controller is fixed. And like I said, we have two more that have the exact same problem. The one we already took apart to get a part from it, but I got parts coming. So the two with the thumbsticks are going to go on the back burner until those parts come in. So the next one we're going to tackle, let me walk over here, will be this guy with the thumbstick that's either the thumbstick itself plastic piece is broken, or the thumbstick itself inside is broken. Who knows? That will be the next one we tackle. And again, we have two of those, exact same problem. So that's going to be in the next video. Really hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm a bit all over the place. I know that. I'm new to making videos under this type of structure. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to get out what you want to say, but then also do it in the correct order. It's very difficult getting the camera shots. Yada, yada, yada. Woe is me. But I'm sure this video is all over the place. But just bear with me. I'm going to get better. But please, let me know in the comments below. Oh, God, that's horrible. Below. What you liked and what you didn't like, because the more I do this, the better I'll get. But your feedback would help me get, you know, hey, I don't realize I'm doing this bad, or I can't really stand when you do this, or your camera angles absolutely suck. Yeah, so please, definitely give it a thumbs up if you liked it, you know, somewhat. You can definitely like it and leave a comment of something bad too, you know. This is a learning project for me and you both, kind of. So, mainly just me. I don't know why I said that. Anyways. One controller down, 5 more to go. This one's going to be in the next video. I'll see you later.